PCT. Day 4. We're in this bowl. It's beautiful. The air smells clean and crisp with a hint of fir trees. Just lowered our food bags from the trees over here. I'm gonna go pick them up. And then we're gonna start our day. Going to go to Devil's Dome. Check that out.
We're headed towards Devil's Dome, which is supposed to be a really cool feature. And starting off with an uphill on fresh legs is always nice. This is our view from where we're at. We have quite a few of these blowdowns we have to navigate. Not as many as that day with Regan and Seth, that's for sure though.
But check out this mountain and that hanging glacier over there. I'll zoom in one more time. Just crazy.
It's taking us longer than expected to get to Devil's Dome because the views are so amazing. We just want to keep on stopping and taking videos and pictures. It's just insane. Trail's been good. Just did a bit of climbing. We've been climbing for a while, and this is what our goal is, to get the top of Devil's Dome. It's a nice dome shape, as you can see, and then we will get to see a 360-degree view of all the mountains around.
We made it to the top of the dome. You're looking at Mount Baker over there in the far distance, scanning along the Cascades National Park. Scanning. And this was Mount Jack that we've been hiking up. And we've come from this direction here. It's so beautiful. Definitely the juice was worth the squeeze. Green park, crazy views to the front. Gotta be careful not to look up all the time as you end up tripping.
It's the end of our day, last half mile or so, and it was a tough one. We had the big climb to the dome this morning, and then a big climb this afternoon before dropping down to where our camp is going to be.
We're in for the night. There's the line thrown. Goes over to branches. We'll haul up our food for the bear hang. Renee here is making taco dinner. We got our tripod water filtration system. And there's our tent set up. We're going flyless tonight. We're going to be a little bit wild and crazy. And then there's our clothes that we're letting dry out since we just had a wash up in the little stream over there. We're on day 6, packed up, and we're moving down off of Devil's Backbone Ridge Line Trail, reconnecting with the PCT at Holman Pass. I'll show you Holman Pass in a second. And then we're gonna be going up over this way, over this way, to Hopkins Lake, which is about 9 miles from the Canadian border. And we may stop there for the day and then decide. But Holman Pass, which is this intersection, is right over there, the low point right over there. That's Holman Pass. And then if you want to go back down on the PCT, back to Harts Pass, you go that way. And if you want to go to Canada, you're gonna go up over that way. Again, this is one of our most beautiful valleys. There's camp spots over here in the trees over here. But then if you can see, it goes up along this way. And then 1.3 miles up over here is Rock Pass. This is just a Sound of Music stunning space.
Here's our trail. It's kind of fun. You can see the switchback going all the way down there, coming all the way over here, and then all the way back up there.
Making it to the top of Woody Pass.
Hopkins Lake. This is where we stayed just before touching the border at the PCT. We're gonna stay there tonight. A lot of climbing today, so we're gonna make it an early day and maybe swim in the beautiful lake I took a picture of. Nice green looking lake. You can see to the bottom of it from the view that we had. I love, love, love all these purple flowers along the trail. It's just so beautiful. So we made it to camp a little bit early, which was wonderful. I took a dip in the lake. This is the green lake you're looking down on, Hopkins Lake. We're way up there somewhere, way up there. And the water is just very refreshing. The clouds came in today and it started raining as we were setting up the tent, just sprinkling. It's after dinner. We are sitting at this beautiful lake, Hopkins Lake, and we are having our tea and I'm having hot chocolate, as we do every night, which we probably never explained to you, but we always have dessert and hot chocolate and tea after dinner, and just kind of wind down before bed and sit in a beautiful spot, which we absolutely are. I'll show you. So we were just getting ready for bed and looked over through the trees to the mountains surrounding the lake and saw this beautiful alpenglow. Had to get a picture of that. So it's fire red. So...
Good morning. Just a bit of morning alpine glow. Getting up. Gonna pull our tent down and have breakfast. Come over this way. We're out of our tent. Here's our tent. We're going to start pulling it down. So what we're going to do next is we're going to pull down our tent. So we'll sit right at that spot there, have some breakfast, and then hike for the day. This is a view just above the lake, looking northeast into Canada. And all the haze in the valley, that's actually from smoke from a fire up there. All week the wind's been blowing the opposite direction. But last night the wind changed direction, and you can see, boy, does that ever make a difference in the quality of the air and the views. So we were just at Holman Pass, and we took a left to, it's called the West Poseidon Trail, and we're going to see if we can actually get to that river that we were supposed to hike on. But we're going to go as far as we can, and if the trees stop us, the trees stop us. But 500 feet in so far, so good. Went a mile or so down the West Fork Poseidon Trail. They've done a really good job clearing out all the logs. You can get to the river, and then you can take the Poseidon Trail back to Slate Trailhead, which is just off the PCT. But we're turning back because we're staying on the PCT. Last time for this year, coming to Holman Pass. So we've gone every direction. Devil's Dome, Canadian border, Harts Pass, West Fork of Satan River. We're going this way. So here's always the dilemma hiking. Got a little bit of afternoon showers. There's still blue clouds. We're going uphill, so we're getting wet a little bit. But if you put on your rain gear, you're not gonna get wet from the rain. You're gonna get wet from the sweat. So it's a tricky dilemma. I think for now, it's still just about 2 o'clock. We can hike for another hour or so. And if the rain stops, we still got another hour to sort of dry off in whatever sun uphill climbs. But at 4 o'clock, regardless, you got to put on your rain jackets, start trapping in your body heat so you don't get hypothermia. Here's the trail right now. Looking good. Going by some huckleberry bushes, so I may turn off the camera and pick a few berries as I walk along. Well, we've just come upon a lightning strike fire just above where our trail is. And we are going to be able to get by it, and we're going to keep on hiking. But check that out. The PCT is going to be closed. You can feel the heat a little bit, hon. Apparently lightning was busy, not just on the PCT. In the background, that's Jack Mountain, which we were by a couple days ago. Over there is Devil's Dome. And in between the two, there's obviously a fire from a lightning strike. So this has definitely been a productive day. 2 fires in and around the PCT as a result of an afternoon of lightning. Day 8, it rained a fair amount last night. Yeah, got some morning clouds in the valley below. That's the west branch of the West Fork of the Pasayten. Apparently we talked to someone this morning. This is the fires because of the rain last night are sort of smoldering, so that's a good sign. But you know, it was a bit of an exciting day yesterday with the rain and the thunder and lightning and then the fires. Today we are going to go past Harts Pass, past Glacial Pass, and then we'll stop there. So we got about a total of 18 miles, 3 sources of water, and some of the trail that we haven't been on since the PCT. We've walked this section a few times now, so we're getting pretty familiar with it. Early morning clouds in the valley. It's always nice to see how dynamic nature is, how constantly it's changing, time of day, seasons, weather. About a mile or so, Harts Pass. We'll stop, get some water, probably have a snack, and we're going to go south towards Rainy Pass. But the morning has turned out beautiful. A few clouds down in the lower valley, making things just a little bit more exciting to see. Just past Harts Pass, going south on the PCT. Cone Mountain is just up there. We got about another 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll have our first snack of the day. And if you can see closely, there's a line. Goes all the way up over to there. Take a swing. Look down to Trout Creek, go in the direction of Grasshopper Pass. There's the fire tower in the distance. We've come from the direction over there. I'm zoomed in, let me zoom out. There now you can see Hart Pass. I'll zoom out one more time. Here's the distance we've traveled. Hey, we just finished up with lunch. I had some hummus and pita bread. And Renee's getting on her rain jacket. And if you look in the background, we're gonna be playing the game Will we get to camp before it rains on us? Making our way to Grasshopper Pass, and then we'll be dropping down. That's quite the lovely mountain to our front with a glacier. I'll take a look back, see what the weather looks like. Ooh, so it's scary and dark over there. But from where we've come from, this is beautiful. This is why people hike the PCT, to check out all the beauty. On our way down Brush Creek Trail, and beautiful spots. Clouds are starting to form in the valley below. We'll be camping down there somewhere, but it's a really nice trail right now. It smells very tree-y. Good evening, guys. This is our campsite tucked between this tree that kept the ground dry and this very large rock. We are just off the West Fork Metho Trail, which is down there. Here is our campsite, camp cook this evening. We just had some mac and cheese, and now we're gonna fire up the stove for our evening tea and hot chocolate. It was a great day of hiking, a lot of down, some really great views, and some rain, but right now, no rain, so we're very happy. These are the famed huckleberries of the Pacific Northwest. And to this morning's mission, Renee has decided to gather enough of these very delicious berries to have her breakfast. So there is her berries. See how many she's collected so far? Oh yeah, she'll be eating like a queen as she keeps on picking these lovely berries. But we'll add these berries to our breakfast.
Good morning. Pierre is listening to the bird songs and putting it through his Merlin app, and we're realizing how many different varieties of birds there are here. And we're also walking along. Beautiful morning, so refreshing after our last couple days with rain and thunderstorms and fires, and so this feels like a normal day on the PCT. Sadly, our last day. For about the last 7 miles, and we're almost to the top, and enjoying the Washington climbs. The climbs in Washington are just really long. We remember from the PCT coming out of a town and having a climb of 10 to 20 miles. Really almost got to break that up. But this one was definitely doable, even last day. And the scenery is great, walking through woods and seeing these beautiful cliffs as you see me walking by.
Be a great camp spot.
Nice and flat. Beautiful view.
Yeah.
Coming over the pass.
Come, we'll stand on the rocks, and then I'll take a picture. And you look that way, with the mountains in the background. Finishing up at the Snowy Lakes. Now we're just heading back to the PCT, where we're going to be taking our last afternoon of hiking for this summer adventure. But boy, oh boy, it's a beautiful afternoon. This is just an amazing place to be in right now.
We're walking after lunch on the Pacific Crest Trail, which you can see all the way in front of us, the zigzag lines all the way up to that pass up there. So that should be fun. These climbs are the best ever. We are cresting the top of what mountain?
Cutthroat.
Cutthroat
Pass.
Pass. It's always wonderful to see, except we're not there yet apparently. This is why we came back to Washington.
We made it over Cutthroat Pass. Now we're on to the next little bowl. And up ahead is Rainy Pass. And then finally, some descending to our campsite for the night.
We just came down to Cutthroat Pass. And there's Pierre. And this is just the most beautiful sight. Look closely in the distance, there's the snow-capped mountains. Layers and layers of mountains.
Coming down off Cutthroat Pass and looking well into the distance, some glaciers in the valley below. We've just been saying, wow, 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 this entire trip. It's just an amazing place, this North Cascades region of Washington State.
It is our last night camping, night 9. Tomorrow Regan and Seth are going to pick us up. Kind of came down to this little campsite area. Pierre hung the food, we ate dinner, we had backpacker meals, and just finished our dessert. And we're gonna sleep flyless tonight. It was a really warm, sunny day, not a cloud in the sky all day. It was so beautiful. One of our favorites of the trip so far. And yeah, this is the view from our spot.
Last day of our hike out here in the Pacific Northwest. We we didn't camp with our fly on last night. And we were used to being up at higher elevation, so we got a little bit of moisture as the clouds sank into the valley, and everything that we got now is a bit damp. Which is no big deal. We'll just try it out later on. We probably can get back in town. But it's always something to take in mind when you're camping, is what elevation you're at and tree cover, because you never know when the clouds could sneak in on you and dampen everything out. But we had a great trip, and we're just having our morning coffee, and then we're going to go down a couple miles on the trail, and then Regan and Seth are going to pick us up. Just a little bit. You can sort of hear the highway below, but looking across the valley, you got some, yet again, those beautiful mountains, great views. The air smells fresh. Pivot and see what you're looking at. Look at that. There's Renee, and just a beauty.
We're excited to be done and take showers for the first time in 10 days. It's also bittersweet because, our time on trail is ending and we love it so, so much. So we thank you so much for joining us on this adventure